Rapper Macklemore made a surprise appearance at a pro-Palestine protest in Washington, D.C. as upwards of 100,000 people descended on the U.S. Capitol to condemn Joe Biden's support for Israel. The huge gathering is the latest demonstration against Israel's bombardment of Gaza, which has so far killed more than 9,250 people according to the state's health ministry. In an unexpected turn, the Thrift Shop singer took the stage to condemn Israel's retaliatory strike, while admitting he may not be the most qualified person to chime in. "They told me to be quiet, they told me to do my research, to go back, that it's too complex to say something, to be silent in this moment," said the artist, real name Benjamin Hammond Haggerty. "In the last 3 weeks, I've gone back and I have done some research. I'm teachable. I don't know everything, but I know enough to know that this is a genocide." His speech came after protesters were seen waving a Hezbollah flag through the crowd, marking a somber moment where a terrorist organization's symbol was cheered outside the White House. Demonstrators attempted to scale the White House fence as the march paused outside the Oval Office, while controversial chant, "From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free," rung out. Anti-Semitic graffiti including "Death to Israel" and "Glory to our martyrs" was also sprayed on buildings in D.C. ahead of the march, according to the Israeli embassy. The demonstrators are demanding an end to U.S. military aid to Israel and the retaliatory strikes it has carried out on Gaza, which have been pounding the nation since the Hamas terror attack of October 7, which killed 1,400. Chants of Allahu Akbar and F. Joe Biden were heard as the protest marched toward the White House, where red handprints were later seen pressed onto walls near the presidential residence. As some were seen attempting to climb the White House fence, protesters waved signs including "Stop bombing kids" and "Let Gaza lie." By the millions, "We'll be back," the crowd chanted at the presidential residence, as another activist appeared to hold a sign supporting the Hamas attacks reading, "Resistance is justified when people are occupied." Dramatic aerial images showed the streets of D.C. packed with people, bolstered by pro-Palestine supporters being transported on hired buses from across the U.S., according to the protest organizers. The event comes amid heightened tensions across the U.S. over the conflict in the Middle East, with many protesters accusing the U.S. of enabling war crime. One placard bore a picture of Biden with blood-soaked hands, which read, "Gaza has become a graveyard for children, with one killed every 10 minutes. Orthodox and other Jews were among those who lent their support to the protest, bearing banners which read, "Judaism condemns Zionist terrorism in Gaza." There were 9 Palestinian organizations listed as co-sponsors on the event, which had endorsements from a further 443 groups including from anti-war coalition, environmentalists as well as Christian and other religious groups. The Washington March comes as similar protests took place across the country including in New York, Seattle and San Francisco as well as smaller cities like Orono, Maine. In the Big Apple, busloads of protesters also gathered at Herald Square in solidarity with the D.C. March. Now is the time to stand with the besieged people of Palestine. Gaza is being bombed by the hour. Its people are denied food, water, and electricity by Israel. Tens of thousands more people are likely to die. We must act. Read a notice on the Answer Coalition website. Rallies were also held across the globe on Saturday in major cities such as London, Berlin, Paris, Ankara, and Istanbul. Jewish groups have advised against counter-protesting or engaging with the pro-Palestine marchers, The Guardian reports. The Edlovich D.C. Jewish Community Center's Jens Willing emailed members warning engagement could increase the potential for violence or anti-Semitic rhetoric, the outlet reports.